Hello, hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, and this is the second battle in our historic battles series playing as the Japanese on War on the Sea. We are going to be fighting the Battle of the Sunda Strait. It took place on March 1st, 1942. Description here says Allied cruisers stumble into a massive Japanese convoy on its way to invade West Java. This was the battle that the HMS Perth and USS Houston was sunk at. Was part of the decimation of the Abdicom forces in the Dutch East Indies. If you're not familiar with the geography, Sunda Strait is right there in between the western coast of Java and kind of the southeastern coast of Sumatra. So let's get into the Battle of the Sunda Strait. Okay, so this is something I've never seen before on War on the Sea. Look at all these damn ships. We've got 44 ships here. Most of them are transports. I know it was a huge transport convoy. These guys are all kind of docked, apparently, or sitting offshore. But there's a lot of them. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything with any of these ships. Maybe try and move them somewhere, but I've honestly never seen anything like this on War on the Sea. It's pretty cool. I like it. These guys... I have to find my warships. God. Hello. They're moving. There's the Fubuki. Turn all the fire at will off here. Not even sure we don't have any radar either. Makuma. These are my warships here. Makuma and Mogami are cruisers, I know that. But anyway, let's try and duplicate history here. Americans are opening fire on our transport ships that are in dock. Japanese did lose quite a few transports, so I've given the orders to the ones that have guns to open fire. We don't have a lot that have guns, and they're not very good. So I guess these guys aren't going to move. Even though I've given them orders to move. Yeah, they're not moving. Actually, it looks like the, oh no. Alright, well. Some of them have guns. They're not going to move. I wonder if they're going to fire. Excuse me. Well, let's, see what happens when we give them an order to fire. Oh, they are shooting. They're just not going to move. Okay. Guess they got to pull their anchors up. Oh, they are spotlighting our transports here. Fubuki is the only one that we have currently in range. So Fubuki is going to turn. We do have the Makuma. We got the Mogami. They're still pretty far out. And then on this side of the island, we've got Notori, Rakazai, Hirokaze, Adakaze. We do have a whole lot of destroyers coming in on us here. For us, anyway. It's like the Perth and the Northampton are turning away. I've got our destroyer targeting the Perth. She doesn't have a solution yet. We're 7,000 yards out. I tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn her. I'm going to turn her this way. We'll just get her turned hard. I'm going to launch all of my torpedoes on a pretty wide spread right through the center of the group just off the bat. Hopefully these guys can kind of get into position a little quicker than what they are. The Makuma, we are within range with the Makuma, and they are shooting at us, so we could probably, wouldn't be a bad idea if we put some star shells out with our heavy cruisers and their secondaries. 24% solution. 19% solution here. I'm going to manually launch these torpedoes. Let's fire them off in this general direction here. Like all 9 of them are out. Alright, so let's start firing. Go armor piercing, full fire. Okay, Makuma. Open up. Ogami, open up as well. Fubuki's taking the brunt of it. She's still turning. Get her back around here. Caused any damage to the Allied ships yet? Not seeing anything. Not a surprise. Down to 22 knots. Can we see them out here? Yes, we can. Unfortunate that my transports, I gave them the order to move and they're just not. But I can understand that, I guess. I guess they're more of a scenery piece than anything else. We got our light cruiser moving in here. The Notori, we've got 20,000 yards. Let's target Northampton. She's the closest. Almost within range. Here's the Perth. And this ship here, I couldn't find it in the description, so I didn't even bother identifying it. Alright, Fubuki's taking a pounding. Thought I put the torpedoes on a wider spread than that. torpedoes in the water. Well, they did launch torpedoes at us. Most of them missed. Your range, 17,000. Oh, Perth is taking fire. The Houston. We're down to almost 20,000. You're going so slow. 20 knots for a destroyer. Pretty lame. Let's get Notori turned towards the fight in her group. Do the same with you. If they turn back, our torpedoes may actually have a chance to hit something. Might. They just might. Not sure why she's launching high explosive, so oh, she's only got high explosive. I wonder. Okay, we're going to alter course a little bit here, bring all of our guns to bear. Northampton's turning to port to avoid a collision with the Perth. Which is probably going to put her right in line with our torpedoes, so that could actually work out in our favor. Ibuki's still putting up a fight, despite really taking a pounding. Hey, how are you? Are you within range yet? Not quite. We are racing to the rescue of our transports. Perth. Oh, that's our Ibuki. Putting up a good fight, though. I don't think we're going to have her much longer. And see the damages that we are causing out here. These torpedoes don't look bad. Really hope they don't run into land. Northampton's going to get away squeaky clean from the torpedo attack here. This one's probably going to do the same. So we get really lucky. Turn this way would be nice. Actually, this isn't looking bad. Oh, it's going to end up running right alongside her. Oh, maybe not. Hit her. Hit her. There we go. We got one hit. Any of our transports doing any damage here? They are shooting. For what it's worth. And our northern force is coming in. Almost at 20,000 yards. Ibuki's doing 1 knot. Let's have you hold fire. And switch over to high explosive. Puma, you do the same thing. Both of our heavies I've got targeting the Northampton. Looks like Perth may run right into the land. It's fairly lame. This ship isn't looking good at all. I think I'm going to switch targets with Fubuki. Really is no point in shooting at the Northampton with the Fubuki. Open up on number 3. This little destroyer's trying like hell to get there in time. A good range. I'm gonna break off. Have her come down like this. Perth is right on shore. More torpedoes in the water here. Took another hit. Looks like Northampton's starting to take some fire. What I wanted to see. Alright, Notori, you are within range. Let's go armor piercing. You're getting kind of close. Target the Perth, 22,000 yards out. Kind of wish I'd saved some torpedoes here for the Northampton. Vuki firing even. And she's still shooting. Shooting at a target that's not moving, so we can do some manual fire here. Or not. Oh shit. Let's turn Mogami in the opposite direction. We'll get you turned out as well, like this. Continue to target Houston. Houston's doing 23 knots. Perth is not trying to get off the shore. Meanwhile, our destroyers are racing in. Try and separate the groups a little bit so they don't have collisions. Almost within range at Northampton. We lost the Perth and the other ship. Well, Northampton's doing a decent job of not taking any shots. I'm going to hold off here for a second. Maybe you come due south. I'll just have to remember it that they're heading south so I don't accidentally drive them straight into this island here. Alright, Mogami, 23 knots on the Perth at 11,000 yards. He might be turning, or the Houston. See how our guess went. I'd say pretty good. Let's do another manual shot here. I'm going to have our destroyers break off this group here. Down like that. We can always torpedo. If we get enough ships in the area, we can torpedo. Right, go to all right. Let him fly. And I lost another transport. Houston is taking fire. 18,000 yards out for some of them. 17,000 on the Perth. Barely any solution, but you know what? Do it. That's this destroyer that we hit with the torpedo. Perth is still hanging out on land. Still shooting at our transports. Get the Notori burned out a little bit here. Kuma doesn't have any solution on her. Hold fire. Number 3 is sinking. Right, looks like Mogami's coming in. Little minor damage, but nothing too drastic. Put fire right there. How we did. Secondaries are firing on the transports. Good hits, good hits. Alright, let's put the next salvo right here. Go ahead and, whoops. Magazine explosion for our transport out there. No target. Now you have a target. All right. See how we can do here. Gotta find the Perth, actually. Gotta do some more manual fire with our primaries. Houston looks like she's seen better days. Doing better with the manual than I am with our 3% solution. 8,000 yards out. When you in like this, firing on the Perth. Fire your torpedoes. No hope in hell of hitting with the torpedoes, but I'll break her off. Turn her back around. So she can get her other torpedoes off. Mogami. Yeah, let's launch torpedoes. I'm just going to put a whole shitload of torpedoes in the water. We're sinking our transports left and right. Going right down the line. These guys need to start moving in. Okay, Mogami. Should be good to just wreck Northampton, or the Houston here. Forgot to hold fire. Gotta be careful we don't hit ourselves with the torpedoes. Should be able to get a full broadside off on her. Find out. I'd say she's turning though, so not looking the best. Let's put another salvo out. Mogami's starting to take some hits. Okay, go back to doing your own thing here. 9,000 yards. I prefer not to torpedo my own ships. Go ahead and shoot at the Perth. Close enough. Like Perth just took a hit, or maybe that's the land. There's Northampton, Houston, right there. Makuma, have you turn. Notori, come back. Get our destroyers here. Probably switch some of these over to the Perth. Might as well, right? Retarget Perth. And we got a bunch of torpedoes inbound. Hold your fire. Could be alright on the torpedoes, though. Houston's only going in 15 knots. Alright, Mogami should be good. Hitting the jungle. Down to 13 knots. Let's get you coming back up like this. Our transports are actually moving now. At least this one is. Notori. Go ahead and launch all your torpedoes. Pretty widespread. I think she already did, but not an arc, alright. Run you south. Hold your fire. Stop targeting Perth. Start targeting Northampton. I do like the sounds in the this mod. Northampton's down to 3 knots. I keep saying Northampton. It's the Houston. Out there somewhere is the Perth. I think that's the Perth out there. Maybe not. Houston is sinking. Alright, so now we can focus fire on Perth, if we can ever pick her up. And rate 4. Causing quite a ruckus with our take any torpedoes. We're pounding the shore, that's for sure. What's the damage on Perth here? Minor and none. Okay, I guess. Bring everybody right in. Another transport sinking. Can't believe we don't have eyes on the Perth. She's shooting at us. That's her right there. Alright, well, we're gonna get in close to the Perth and hopefully do some catastrophic damage. And that would be the confirmation that we were looking for. The Perth, after taking a lot of shells and several torpedoes, is sinking. She's already sitting on the seabed, so isn't going to sink very far. Guarantee all of the survivors of the Perth, if they didn't get killed by all the shells missing, are running through these woods. Probably going to be POWs, which would suck for them. So anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode and the Battle of the Sunda Strait. If you like the episode, hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, tips, or advice going forward, leave those in the comment section below. If you want to follow along, hit the subscribe, and we'll pick this up in the next episode. I think that one might be an air battle. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching and have yourself a very good day.